Self-care is about thinking about the future you, doing the uncomfortable things now so you can look back on your life and feel accomplished and happy with your life. Don't get fooled in the mentality of, I'm only going to do what feels right in that moment. That's kind of like the trend we've been seeing these past few years. And although it does have its place, right, to listen to your body, prioritize your mental health, prioritize your health, when we do this day after day after day, we're never going to reach our future feelings, our future goals. You need to learn that self-discipline is much better than self-care. When disciplined, you will get the things you actually want in your life. Don't get fooled in the mentality that self-care is only prioritizing what you want today. Self-care is learning to prioritize yourself, loving yourself enough to know and to be able to differentiate between what your body or your feelings want right now and what you want in the future. Your goal and what you actually want might not always align with what you presently want. Your current feelings, your current thoughts, your current opinion may be like, I'm just gonna lay in bed because I don't wanna get up and do anything today. But your future self will be like, no, I actually need to get up because I need to get X, Y, and Z done. Your current feelings or thoughts may not want to do it, but when you look back and zoom out on your life, you'll be happy that you actually done the things you said you weren't feeling like it. Doing the uncomfortable things now so that you can look back and feel accomplished and happy with your life. Yes, I'm about to give you some tough love today because we all need it, myself included. I don't want you to get fooled and I don't want you to fall into this trap. When we prioritize that day after day after day after day, that's when it becomes not actually good for you. We have these trends these past few years around always listening to your body, always prioritizing your self-care. Yes, it is very important to do that. However, the problem arises when our minds and body always win over us. It's easy for that to happen because it's more comfortable, right? We're avoiding the uncomfortable feelings. But if you really prioritize yourself and if you really love yourself, you will be willing to do the uncomfortable. Remember that our bodies and our minds can really be our biggest obstacles. We like blaming other things, other people, our environment, circumstances that happen to us. But we also have a role to play in what happens in our life. Our minds and our bodies and our feelings can be our greatest obstacle. Not that person that, that we didn't get that job, or not that person that prevented us from doing this, but ourselves, because our mind is telling us that we shouldn't be doing that. Now, this video is not about you never doing self-care, never listening to your body in the present moment. This video is about finding balance between self-discipline, self-care, when you should listen to your body or when you should push yourself to work towards your goal, whatever that might be, right? We all have different goals and they are all valid. But when we always listen to our bodies, that's when the problem arises. Discipline is a quality that most people would agree it's good to have. But what exactly is the definition of discipline? Discipline is the ability to carefully control the way you work, live, or behave yourself, especially to achieve a goal. Now, what does that really say, to carefully control? Although I don't like the word control, let's change it to choose. So it's the ability to carefully choose the way how you work, live, or behave, especially to achieve a goal. That changes the perspective of you're choosing to prioritize your long-term goals over your short-term goals or over your short-term feelings. Because in the long run, that it will be worth it, that you'll be happy that you weren't listening to yourself in that present moment. An example that we can all relate to is going to the gym. Yes, there are some people that love to go to the gym. The gym is my life, la 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 la. That's not me, and I know that that's the case for many people. We don't necessarily love going to the gym, but we still do it, whether we feel good afterwards or whether we see the long-term benefits. I know that, God willing, if I'm 80 years old, I'm gonna be happy that I went to the gym when I was in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, and taking care of my health. Because at that age, I'll be like,
I would give anything to be able to do that again.
now the present me is like, I don't wanna go to the gym. It's far. I'm tired. I had work. I can come up with a million excuses for myself not to go. And those would be valid reasons. But with self-discipline, I'm thinking, okay, even though I don't really want to go today, what will my future self tell me in a few years? Will I be happy that I went, or will I be like, oh, it didn't really make a difference? Of course it makes a difference. So of course I'm gonna go to the gym. Now that might vary, right? If it's that time of the month for me, or if I had like an injury or a surgery or whatever, that might vary, and I might not go to the gym even though that would be the best for me long term. Those stuff do happen, and this is when we can talk about self-care, prioritizing your body at the present moment. If I'm on that time of the month, I'm not going to exert my body so much because I know that my body right now needs rest. And about how caring for ourselves is about forecasting what will happen in the future or what might happen in the future. Self-care is defined by the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health, the practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being, happiness, in particular during periods of stress. To reiterate, basically, we all need to have good judgment. We all need to have balance. Those should be period of short term, right? It shouldn't go on forever. Short-term period of self-care is necessary, is a part of life. It's about seasons, about your life changing, about new opportunities, new seasons of your life, and that's totally okay. But the problem arises when we fall into that rut of always listening to ourselves. Because when I scroll on TikTok, when I scroll on social media, self-care, do this, do that. Self-care is about bubble bath, treat yourself, all of this. Good things don't come easy. You need to put the hard work, whether that be in your health, whether that be in your work. One sentence I always hear is treat yourself. You deserve it. Of course I deserve it. Of course I deserve a lot of things. But self-discipline rather than self-care, another example here is if I don't have the money, if my finances does not permit me to treat myself, whether that be, an adventure, a trip, going to the spa, whatever that might be, whatever you like to do, whatever. If my finances doesn't permit me spending, if I choose to spend my money towards something I cannot afford, is that really self-care? Is that really self-care? Really think about it. No. Because now I'm not going to be maybe able to buy my food, pay my bills, or other priorities and responsibilities I have. If you have self-discipline, that leads to being able to invest, being able to budget, being able to say no to your shopping or to your money spending impulses in order to achieve your long-term goals, in this case, financial goals. Self-discipline is about seeing yourself as a whole, not fragmenting yourself into different categories. Taking care of yourself is taking a step back, viewing your life as a whole, and then deciding what you can and cannot do. It's about building resilience and willpower to overcome temptations, to overcome and resist instant gratification, to choose your long-term goals instead of the present moment. I care and love myself enough to do the hard work. We all work hard, we all want to do our best, we sacrifice a lot for the people we love, but we always seem to put ourselves last. We sacrifice so many things to look cool, to fit in, to please other people that most likely don't even care about us. But we're not willing to love ourselves enough to do the hard work now, to prioritize and sacrifice our own temporary feelings for the long term. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of soft love too, because we all need it and we all deserve it. It's obviously super important to listen to our bodies at the present time because our bodies are always speaking to us, right? And in some seasons, you will need to listen more to your present self, to your body, what it's communicating with you. And there's other time where you can focus more on the long term, of what your future self wants. It all comes down to knowing yourself, understanding your body, listening to your body, and really being in tune with your thoughts, feelings, goals, and present self. Self-discipline or self-care is not only about your long-term goals, it's about understanding the process that it takes to get there. Because if you overextend yourself, if you're burnt out, you're never going to be able to reach those goals that you so wanted to reach. So it's really about being balanced. I hope this video encouraged you to do the hard work, to take the hard steps in order to achieve your goals, whether that be health, fitness, that's kind of the same thing. Health, business, finance, or being a mother, being a wife, whatever that might be. Get to know yourself, get to know your true self, what your true self wants. And that might change with the seasons of your life, right? And that's normal. You evolve, you become a new person every single day. Just get to know yourself and get to know what is important to you and how you can prioritize your present self and your future self at the same time. Thank you so much for watching my video, and make sure to like and subscribe to be notified of my next video where I help you thrive and flourish in every aspect of your life. See you next time.